what's going on, everyone? How you guys doing? My name is Matt Jarbo. Welcome to $3 Theater. And oh my God, The Mandalorian Chapter 12, The Siege, just premiered on Disney Plus. I just got done watching it. And I realized that calling these reviews not necessarily the most accurate. It's more like just my quick thoughts, my reaction to the episode. And I have to say, I was a little bit concerned at the beginning of the episode that this was going to be filler, kind of like episode number 2, that we were going to really kick it off next week with episode number 5 of the season, chapter 13, whatever it might be called, because that's the episode directed by Dave Filoni. And of course, the introduction of Ahsoka Tano. But this episode, I have to say, wasn't a filler. It moved the needle. It moved it quite well. So, look, spoilers. Okay, spoilers going forward. You know this, I know this. At this point, it should be expected. But this episode was fantastic. Because for one, it reunited us with Greef Karga and Cara Dune. And I love those characters, and I'm glad to see them come back, as well as Mithril, the villain, the bounty that we met in the very first episode of the show. It was good to see Horatio Sands back in the character, and we got a little bit more information, at least a little bit more of a tidbit of who put the bounty on Mithril. And it was, in my mind, in my opinion, it was flat out Greef Karga who did it, because he's making Mithril pay off or work off the debt 350 years worth. And I thought that was fantastic, because obviously there's no way he'll be able to pay it off before Greef Karga is dead, but Greef Karga is not above having essentially slave labor until that time. But it also works as a bargaining chip to make him do something that he otherwise wouldn't do, which was actually one of the better elements of the episode, in my opinion, with Greef going like, I'll knock off X many years if you do this thing. I thought that was pretty great. And of course, Mando needs all the help he can get. His ship is still all sorts of messed up, not able to get to Ahsoka Tano. He has to go back to Navarro for repairs. From there, well, they need him for a job. They've discovered that on the outskirts of the safe zone is an old Imperial facility. This Imperial facility is something that they need to destroy in order to push the Empire, or the former remnants of the Empire, off the planet. And from there, they head off towards the location, but first they put Baby Yoda in a school. In a really cute scene, by the way. I thought that was great. They put Baby Yoda in a classroom with like with a protocol droid, and he's sitting there looking at this kid eating like these blue Nilla wafers, because that's what they were. They were blue Nilla wafers. And the kid's like, I ain't gonna share with you, because he thought the kid would be like, oh yeah, here you go, little kid. And Baby Yoda don't care. Baby Yoda's like a honey badger. He don't give a shit. Baby Yoda used his force powers, and he took the kid's treats. He literally stole candy from a baby. I can't wait for the hot takes on that one. I can't wait for the people to get upset at that. You know, oh my God, first he's eating eggs, he's committing genocide, and now he's stealing treats from a child. He is a monster who needs to be stopped. Hashtag cancel Baby Yoda. Considering that half of woke Twitter is trying to get rid of Gina Carano right now, I wouldn't put it past him. But what's cool though, is when they get out to this Imperial base, like they thought it was just something that had maybe a couple soldiers, a couple stormtroopers, just people kind of hanging out. What we find out when they get inside there is that Dr. Pershing makes a comeback. And I was really wondering if we were ever going to see him again, because Dr. Pershing was an interesting character because he was a Kamino cloner. And so we know from season 1, at least from chapters 1 and chapters 3, respectfully, that they're doing something with the child. Now we found out somewhat of what they were doing with the child, and the fact that the child's blood has the highest M count they were able to get their hands on, or that they would be able to find. The highest M count is the midichlorians, something we haven't even really heard referenced. I mean, really heard referenced since The Phantom Menace. And here it's full on display. The M count of the child is off the charts. They need the blood in order to create the clones. What clone were they making? What clone were they creating? In my mind, it looked like an outline of Snoke. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong because of what we saw at the end, and I'll get to that. But I think this was where they first started trying to clone Snoke for the Emperor. Get those bodies, because we learned about that. You know, and this season's going to give us a bit more information about probably about the rise of Skywalker and about how the Emperor came back. Since a lot of people seem to not be very happy with that. That's what I think. Could be wrong. Probably am. That's what I'm thinking right now. But what's cool, though, is that this facility was cloning. And the child was the key. Now, we knew that last season, but now we have confirmation. And now they need to get the asset back. And now that they are able to, because they were able to hire a spy to put a tracker on the Razor Crest. And that was something I didn't see coming. And I liked it quite a bit. What I also liked, though, for one, was the action scene with Grief Karga, Cara Dune, and Mithril getting in like the old Imperial transport and trying to get the hell out of there. That was a great chase sequence. That was an awesome chase sequence. We had scout troopers on speeder bikes trying to take him out. Felt very Indiana Jones-like, you know. And then it had a very good Indiana Jones feel to it. I don't say that as a negative or as a I mean, it felt like it to me. It felt really good. Kind of like episode 2, chapter 2, when Mando was climbing the Sandcrawler. You know, it had a very Indiana Jones feel to it. This did as well. I like that they are kind of playing with those tropes. To me, that's awesome. That's a lot of Lucasfilm love, in my opinion. But what was great about that, though, was after they defeated the scout troopers, here come the ties. And I really enjoyed that sequence. I really enjoyed, you know, like the tie, because it was intense. It was really intense. Like, I'm like, oh, are they going to get messed up? Because, you know, I mean, you know, probably not. It's Star Wars, but still, you don't know. You don't know what's going to happen. You know, their gun gets taken out. They're you know, in the open flats now. They're trying to get back to the city. They're you know, potentially going to get wasted. And then Mando comes in with the Razor Crest and just takes them out, and that was great. You know, that was fantastic. And the best part about that too was Baby Yoda strapped in. And then as Mando goes into this like tailspin, you know, Baby Yoda's all like he's eating the cookies. And he's holding his hands up like, woo, I'm on a roller coaster, you know, and it was a great thing. And then, of course, like he takes him out, and then Baby Yoda vomits, as a child would. And I thought that was really funny. They've done so much to humanize that child and to do things with that character that people relate to. Like in my family has now become a Baby Yoda family. My girlfriend doesn't even watch the show, but she has purchased 2 Squishmallow Baby Yodas this week. We have 2 of the child toys from Costco. And I even bought a handmade Baby Yoda dressed as the Joker plushie a few weeks ago. This household has become a Baby Yoda household. And it was awesome. And I loved it. And then from there, Mando takes off, clearly on his way to go meet Ahsoka. That's where they're going for the next episode. But we find out about the tracker. We find out about Moff Gideon being on not a Star Destroyer, but definitely an Imperial ship. I don't know the make and the model. I know someone out there will tell me. And then from there, he's working on something, and it looks like super Death Troopers. And I'm also wondering if that could be the clone, if that could be what they're trying to do is clone the clone troopers. Because keep in mind, he's trying to go back and create the clone troopers, maybe fast track that. But have them have Jedi powers, have them have a midichlorian count, and also be like in this, you know, super. Oh no, maybe that was the Beskar armor. Maybe that was the Beskar, right? It was painted black Beskar because he knows about the riches of Mandalore. He knows about what's there. That might have been all Beskar armor that he's using as a way to stop Mando. He needs troops that are equipped with the same material as Mando in order to stop Mando. Holy crap, things just got real. That just dawned on me right now, by the way. That just dawned on me. Holy shit. So yeah, it's another fantastic episode. It's another great episode. I'm so happy that it's here. I'm so happy that it exists. The season has been better than season 1, in my opinion. And that's already reaching a high bar because season 1 is so good. I truly love the show. Like I'll tell you guys a quick anecdote. I was watching the Star Wars Lego holiday special the other day. And when they jumped into the Mando's world and I heard the theme song, I let out an audible guffaw. I let out an audible noise. I was like, oh, it's so cool. I was very happy with that brief, like 10-second cameo. And it dawned on me how much The Mandalorian means to me as a Star Wars fan. And that's the thing. The show is too damn good. It's too good. And it feels like we are returning to home with Star Wars each and every week. And I love it. I can't wait to watch more. As always, though, I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your opinions. Let me know down in the comment section, please. If you like the video, hit that button, hit that bell, hit that subscribe, all that jazz. I'll talk to you all later. Have yourself a great day, and peace the hell out.